Okay, you guys. So I have to call out these women, these idols of today. And first of all, I know that, God talks about idolatry. And a lot of times you will probably think of brass or wooden idols, but today there are a lot of idols, but there are actual human idols. And the reason why I need to speak on this and why I feel it is so dangerous is because in the black community, it's almost as if we are blind completely to real injustice in our community because of these idols. They have caused people's minds to become almost completely debased. At first, it seemed like it was all cute and fun and games, but there are two female artists who I feel the need to say what's going on with these idols pertaining to our welfare as a people. Two women named who I'm going to say is Beyonce and Cardi B. I'm not saying this as if they are bad people, but I'm saying this on a note as far as what they are willing to do for money and how it affects the black community when you have so many people idolizing them and trying to be like them. But then on the lower level of actual civilians, we're being mistreated and we're being abused and they're being sexually abused in front of the nation. And people think that it's okay to beat another African American woman, rape her, and steal her child. And the only thing that these people can still talk about is being sexually abused. And we're idolizing that. So, one thing I will say is that the godly nature of our people has gone from us. It's like a fake Tyler Perry movie when you go to church because it's not real in the black community. It's all a show because there ain't no real righteousness really going on, especially when you a Jezebel as soon as you leave the church. And this ain't about how you dress or what you dress in. This is about your spiritual state of mind. And I'm going to start with Beyonce first. I'm going to start with her first because she is one of those individuals who they have used her to misguide our people. I know for sure over the past decade, we all, black women, were bamboozled. And I'm pretty sure she was too, because a lot of time women just want to sing and pursue their careers, not realizing how the devil wanted to use her to hurt black people as a whole. And under the guise of lifting us up and under the guise of, we're going to better ourselves by having knowledge that exalts itself above the knowledge of God. So one thing that they did with Miss Beyonce was they started issuing all of these signs through her Egyptian ancient symbolism, which actually boils down to witchcraft. They started getting her to introduce false gods in her music videos and certain dances. The woman, it's a false god named Kylie. and other false gods like white women, because white women are not our gods. And ain't nothing wrong with wearing blonde hair or anything like that. But when it gets to the point where, she is constantly feeling like she have to dress a certain way or behave a certain way, then it's like it sets a standard for the rest of the black women, and that's vanity. So she introduced a lot of vanity into the black community and a lot of low self-esteem. So a lot of sisters esteem white women higher than themselves. And I just want to go real deeply into a lot of blacks falling away from the church and a lot of black men becoming homosexual after seeing a lot of these gay men doing dances with Beyonce. And it seems harmless at first, but it's very tragic in our community, and we take a dent as a whole as far as our black men who are our soldiers to be up there dancing around in wigs. And when there's a black woman being abused in the community, he's bending over and letting himself be done in the butt by the enemy instead of standing strong like a man and being one of our soldiers. And that ain't gotta mean you gotta go killing nobody, but it means you're gonna protect in the community, whether that's your wife or not. We are a people and we supposed to stand together. So you don't see white people not standing with one another. If someone gets hurt in their community, they're going to stand with one another. If somebody's hurting somebody in their community, they're going to stand with one another. But while this young white man was hurting me in our community, nobody was standing with me. They were allowing me to be abused in my home by this young white man, and I had to get a gun to protect myself. And there was a black officer who was trying to come in the situation and trying to take the white people's side before this young man even got out of prison. He was trying to come into my home for this white woman. And that's another thing about black men, but I'm not going to get into that subject right now, because right now I'm on the subject about this young woman. So Cardi B is another one, because she's over here dressing like the devil on her Instagram page, and she's over here wearing these long witchcraft nails and dressing like a witch, acting like a witch, and I'm pretty sure she's doing witchcraft as well. And that's what they require these women to do, what it means to sell your soul. When you get a certain level, when you get on a certain level, they require you to start worshiping Satan. They require you to start worshiping white people. They require you to start doing wickedness and seances and enchantments over people who listen to your music. And as you can see, a lot of young black women are highly sexual. They are highly sexual, and they don't have morals. They have morals according to what white people tell them is okay, but they don't have any real morals as a people on their own. Black people cannot come up with their own rules and standards in America. It's constantly having to follow behind these demonic white people that have never had our best interests. And sure, we might get some handouts, you know what I'm saying, but that still does not make up for the oppression and the abuse that's been happening to us and that's continuing to happen to us. And by seeing these celebrities and everything take these big $1 million checks and then turn around and try to introduce Satanism to the masses, it's absurd. And that's what's going on. So now people are being abused on a whole nother level in society, but we don't have people who really believe in God anymore. So if you got people that don't even believe in God anymore, they can hear about somebody, molesting a child and be like, oh, that's so sad, and then don't even really care. There used to be a time where people would show up at your house and we'll get the situation sorted out. Godly people. But now we're living in a time where your own grandma sit around and talk about you like a dog, where your own daddy and sister sit around and talk about you like a dog, when they know that they need to be standing up for you in some kind of way. And that's what's going on in the community. Black people